Dear friends, in class 9 we are studying 8th chapter quadrilaterals. And next point is another conditions for quadrilateral to be parallelogram. We have studied some conditions, that is, in a parallelogram opposite sides are parallel. Then we have studied about the diagonals. Diagonals bisect each other. Then opposite angles are equal. So these are the certain properties related to parallelogram. Next property that we are going to study is a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair means one pair. Understand this? A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. Try to understand this statement. Now imagine that this is a quadrilateral, and in quadrilateral one side is parallel as well as equal. See, a quadrilateral is a parallel. A quadrilateral will be parallelogram if a pair of opposite side, one of the pair is equal as well as parallel. So if you take this as A, B, C, D as a quadrilateral, and we are given that AB is parallel to DC and AB is equal to DC. So if one pair is parallel as well as equal, then it means that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Let us try to prove this. So we are given that one of the pair is parallel as well as equal. It means in quadrilateral ABCD, in quadrilateral ABCD, one pair is equal. It means AB is equal to DC. We have taken one pair. This AB as you can take other pair as well. Now AB, another condition is equal as well as parallel. AB is parallel to DC. This is also given to us. And if this is true, then this quadrilateral must be parallelogram. This is what we need to prove. So we have to prove that quadrilateral ABCD is to prove quadrilateral ABCD is parallelogram. Again, we have to prove ABCD is a parallelogram, means we have to prove that other side is also parallel. So for this, we need to construct one diagonal AC. So construct diagonal AC. Construct diagonal AC. Now, in order to prove that quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram, we have to consider these two separate triangles. So consider triangle ABC, and triangle ADC, Now watch carefully. In these two triangles, we are given that AB equals to DC. AB equals to DC. This is given to us. Then you can look at the figure. AC is a common side, so you will get AC equals to AC. AC equals to AC. Reason is common side. Now watch carefully. We are given these two sides are parallel. It means these angles are alternate angles. That is, we have already studied Z letter stands for alternate angles. If two lines are parallel, then alternate angles are congruent. This is what we have studied. And Z letter stands for alternate angle. Watch carefully. This is angles in Z. So these are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal. It means angle DCA, AB, I will take another angle BAC, because I have considered this triangle ABC, so I will take angles of ABC. Angles of triangle ABC is angle BAC. Angle BAC equals to angle ACD. Angle ACD. Reason is alternate angles. Alternate angles formed by parallel line and transversal are congruent. That is alternate angle property. Now see, we have got two sides of the triangle congruent. and the included angle is congruent. It means these two triangles are congruent to each other. But one-to-one correspondence is very important. So please note here A corresponds to C. So A corresponds to C. Now if A corresponds to C, it means C corresponds to A. It means C corresponds to A. Watch carefully. We have already seen A corresponds to C, and if A corresponds to C, then C must correspond to A. Now see, A corresponds to C, it means B corresponds to D. B corresponds to D. So see, watch carefully. I have got, if you write in the same sequence, then I will get triangle ACB congruent to triangle ACB congruent to triangle CAD by SAS test of congruency. Now see, we have got ACB congruent to CAD, triangle ACB congruent to triangle CAD. It does mean if you keep these two triangles one above the other, then first vertex will coincide with first vertex, second vertex will coincide with second vertex, third vertex will coincide with third vertex. That is, side formed by first two vertices is equal to side formed by first two vertices. Side formed by second and third vertex is equal to second side formed by second and third vertices. Side formed by first and third vertex is equal to side formed by first and third vertex. Out of this, we need this angle now. Angle A and angle C. Watch carefully. Now, if triangle ACB is congruent to triangle CAD, it means angle ACB. Angle ACB is this angle. Angle ACB is equal to angle CAD. Same angle I have taken. So, angle ACB is equal to CAD, that is this angle. Now, watch carefully. If these two angles are congruent, again understand these angles are angles in letter Z. It means they are alternate angles. Alternate angles are congruent, hence these two lines must be parallel. So other two lines are parallel this time. So but angle ACB and angle CAD are alternate angles. And if alternate angles are equal, it means these two lines are parallel. That is, AD is parallel to BC. Reason is converse of alternate angle theorem. If alternate angles are congruent, it means lines are parallel. Now watch carefully. AB is parallel to DC. This is given to us. And AD is parallel to BC. AD is parallel to BC. AB is parallel to DC. It means all four opposite sides are parallel. Hence, quadrilateral ABCD is parallelogram. Therefore, I can say that quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Please note here, we were given only one side congruent as well as parallel, and we have proved that other side also becomes parallel. It means a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel.